You guys hear that? You guys know what that means, right? You hear that music that apparently didn't unmute itself. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means, guys? It means it's time for some Brood War. Some fantastic Brood War that's of epic caliber. Spawning on the top right as our orange Zerg on Sniper's Ridge, I believe. It will be Munkie here and his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner as the yellow Protoss. It will be none other than Dr.Shrinker. Or Dr.Shrinker. I'm going to call him Dr. Shrinker, but feel free to call him whatever you want. And, yes, that's what I'm saying. Dr. Shrinker is the one to, do well, or, you know, I like Dr. Shrinker's name, quite honestly. I think Dr. Shrinker is going to take this series, not because of his skill level or anything, just purely off the basis of his name, because it's really awesome. You know what we're even going to do? Dr. Shrinker. We're even going to go change up his stylistically of his name for a while, just Dr. Shrinker. And again, if I'm mispronouncing your name a little bit, and if you're offended, I apologize, but really, it's the easiest way for me to learn your name. Shrinker. I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name. To be completely honest, I would not know how to do that. Munkie's also a walk player, if you didn't know. And yes, that's literally the extent that I know of these players. So I'm purely going off the fact that I just don't know these players at all. Sniper's Ridge, though. PVZ. Okay, so, you know, this is probably my most knowledgeable matchup. I'm not gonna say I'm the best person to analyze this matchup. Sniper's Ridge. Also, this is 2.0. It is the Korean version of the map. I'm not sure if that really matters. I'm probably sure they're the same, but it did have the Korean map name on it and etc. But getting to the point here. Okay, so PVZ on this map is cross positions. Now, 2.0 is definitely a little bit, you know, more balanced, but still these ridges are a bitch to deal with. When lurkers get up there, they get really annoying, really powerful, and yes, it gets they're really annoying to break lurker contains. Now, Munkie also has a little bit of an issue though, because, you know, Dr. Shrinker has an issue to worry about lurker contains, but Munkie has to have an issue about where does he take his third base. Does he take off a far off third base that's definitely more prone to, which is it looks like what he's doing right now, or does he decide to take off a closer third base, but he doesn't guarantee to get another fourth base right after that? So, what do you do in this scenario? I would take the closer third base to play it a little bit more safer, but that's purely because that's just my play style. If you want to get a little bit more greedy, hopefully you can defend this area a little bit better, then go for it. I'm seeing it both ways. I'm just saying more of a safer build order would be for that. And I think the other thing is, like, do you need your third base out more? Are you trying to take that third base and you're trying to do a 3-base all-in, or are you rather just taking that third base to do more of a macro style? If you're doing more of a macro style, it is still a blunder that you lose your third base, don't get me wrong. But it is something that you can recuperate from. It's difficult, it's not easy, it's not where you want to be, but it is possible. So I think this isn't going to be like some 5-hatch Hydra all-in. I don't think it is, because this base is so prone to being killed off. Now again, I might be over-analyzing this to the fact that this is only C ranks, but still. Whatever. Dr. Shrinker, though, has done Forge FV. I believe he did Cannon Nexus. It might have been Nexus. It might have been Forge Nexus Cannon, actually, when I think about it. But, yes. And getting up his Cybercore. I think it's a little bit more delayed than normal, partially because he probably made a couple of, you know, Zealot out or two. And let's see what kind of tech he goes. Does he go, like, double Stargate? Does he do Stargate, Citadel? Does he go Citadel before Stargate? What does he do? What does he do? Does he just put down a whole bunch of gateways and just try to pressure? Let's find out. And he's getting a Hydra Den, so I guess I'm wrong. I guess I completely overanalyzed what Munkie was thinking this game. I just feel like, though, like, if you lose his hatchery, then your whole, like, 3-hatch Hydra bust is, like, completely worthless. I mean, he's going for a Hydra play. I mean, that's just something that he's doing right now. He's not getting a lair. It's an all-in build that old Munkie's doing right now. Now, again, this is totally fine. I've just questioned the reasoning why you take a far off third base anyway. It's like, you have to rally 2/3 of your units anyway across the map anyway. Why not make it 3/3? Because theoretically, these units could get intercepted before your other main units or get over there. But that's again, I'm just questioning what Munkie's doing right now. But I mean, it's nitpicky at best. And I feel like that's something that you would really want to do to like refine like your edge, because I mean, there's definitely something you can improve on. Micro for one, you know, your macros another one, decision making another one. I mean, that would just be fine tweaking your build from moving this base to this base, pretty much. I mean, it's just some of the small things. No, I know what well, Nina's saying in chat that it's far away to take up a far third base. That is true, but if it's cross positions like this base has a high chance of going down if the Protoss decides to be aggressive at all. At least what I've seen in PvP, because I watch way too much of this and all that fun stuff. That's a lot of cannons. That's a lot of cannons, and okay, so Zerg's behind now. The gate and Forge might fall, but I mean, we have standard stuff to follow us up with. And Corsair can feel free to roam the map and do whatever the hell they want to, really. And he's gonna be droning behind this, which, I mean, I necessarily isn't a bad idea, but you know, if we have a counter push, man, when I think about it, he can't really counter push. So never mind. All right, so he's definitely behind. Zerg's definitely behind. He probably just made like 9 drones, so 28 drones to 39 probes. I mean, just that's, I mean, like, look at that. And that was even before those, like, the 9 extra drones hatched. So it's kind of ridiculous, the amount of lead that, or economic lead that Dr.Shrinker has obtained himself. But yes. And again, I will reiterate the fact that taking this base is purely my reasoning. Players and anyone else can feel free to disagree with me, so don't try to flame on me. I'm just saying, I see it in Chinese OSL a lot where this base, if it's cross positions, it just makes it just super difficult for Zerg sometimes with a Protoss. Now, that sometimes Zergs are so good in China, they just kind of wreck Protoss anyway, but but alright. So he's getting leg speed up. We have 3 gates up now, getting a lot of High Templar. 4th base being established right now, so it might be 4-base Turtle Zerg. Do we see mutas though now? Do we see mutas coming out? I mean, we have Aspire, but that doesn't guarantee mutalist. That means generally to counter Corsair, but you know, it's something interesting to me. I'm looking around at this map and I'm not seeing Corsair. He made a Stargate and didn't even make a Corsair. Like, that just tells me, like, why would you even make this thing? Like, that doesn't help at all. And DT was trying to come out. And Corsair DT would work if he got the Corsair part, but that kind of sucks. Really, really, really sucks. Well, I'm kind of questioning both players' integrity here for what their builds are, but hey, they're awesomely awesome. Let's get past the build orders at this point and let's figure out where they're at. Munkie's setting up a contain right now. That has done well. The Overlord's getting out of position here, so he's going to be pushing back right here. He's going to get that Overlord back in position over the natural expansion, so he can figure out when he's pushing out, etc. We have a 4th base established. We have a DT harass going off in the natural expansion right now. And that's 4 kills. So he will have detection out. He send the Hydras back because of that. But what? Oh, that stinks. He has no detection. That really is unfortunate. Okay, we have Scourge out, but why? I just feel like both these players are just playing in complete darkness right now. They just like, well, I made a Stargate because I want to, but I'm not gonna make any Corsair. And a single DT is gonna get a hatchery snipe. Yeah, oh yeah, he's gonna get that. Oh no, Overlord speed just finished. Okay. Finally, the DT goes down, but I mean, not after, you know, like the 2nd and 3rd. third, fourth base has got some critical damage dealt to them. And, wow. Getting range up, or yeah, getting missile upgrade as well. And this is where the point in the game where Protoss, you know, breaks out of whatever kind of contain that Zerg would have put on, but I mean, we need a third base being established for Dr.Shrinker right now. This is this third base should not be this delayed. Really, it really shouldn't be. But anyway, Dr.Shrinker's been pushing in this natural. There isn't really much of a Sim City at all going to be storming up that. Oh, those Hydras and Lurkers and blah. Meteors are coming out now. High Templar types are available. Nice Ling flank right here, and I can't tell who's winning right now. Nice storms though for defending from the Lings right there. So yes, he's got to be able to clean this up. Him meaning Dr.Shrinker's gonna be able to kill off his base pretty easily. I also like to note though that I mean Dr.Shrinker is like all in because he has no base at all. Needlists against goons, like I just don't think that's a good fight for Needlists because like why would you even want to have them do that? Send these Needlists to go harass. That's his best option. Or High Templar snipe that he's not doing, with there really should be a reason why that storm got off. Or that these High Templar are going to be able to morph into an Archon. I'm confused. Oh, we have a dropship with DTs. Yeah, that hatch is done. So, things are not looking great for Munkie at this time. Because, well, 3 DTs are going to come out here. Snipe this hatchery off most likely. And Munkie has lost his third base. However, though, I mean, let's look at Dr.Shrinker's point right here, because, I mean, where is he at? No third base. He's putting on 2 more gateways, which doesn't make sense because he's already off of 7, and he's getting upgrades, which makes no sense why he can produce that much off of 2 base. And he's gonna be mined out soon. I mean, like, oh, and also this base did die from the DTs, like I was saying, but. I mean, it comes to the point where does Protoss eventually stop this aggression? Because, excuse me about my snorting into the microphone, but I mean, Zerg's gonna have a more steady economy versus what Protoss does. Because I mean, if Munkie can continue to deflect Protoss and he doesn't take a third base, I mean, look at these mineral patches, 500 patches, like, and the main base is not gonna look in much better shape. I mean, this is to the point by 15 minutes in this game. Protoss is not going to have any minerals left. No, I don't want to snort louder. Gecko says. Okay, finally a third base is going up. Third basing Protoss is in ZVP, like, at least in CSOL, rarely ever happens, because Fungza is the only player that I've ever seen really super well in ZVP. And man, he just does not allow a third base for Protoss at all, or allow a 3 base Protoss, because I mean at this point now with that third base being so delayed, I mean we're just back down to a 2 base Protoss, and as long as Munkie can continue to deflect again, I mean I don't think this game's going much of anywhere. Now this army though is getting very scary with +2, and nearly ahead up by what 70 supply? No, way more than that. Like 80 supply worth. I mean, but I just can't feel like in the back of my head there is an opportunity for Munkie to come back. But he, without the proper basing to really support Hive Tech, I just it's tough. I mean, but this is something that's really like I said, I just feel like Munkie can do something like this to come back. I just don't think Dr.Shrinker is like playing his ace game, let's just put it that way. And I mean, what do we have primarily here from Munkie though? Mass Ling versus like Ling Archon. I mean, there's not even that many goons in this unit composition. I mean, let's look at this actually. Let's look at these unit compositions right now. 20 Zealots, 14 Goons, 5 Eye Templar, 4 Archon, 9 Lings, 11 Lurkers, 4 Mutalisks. I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, there's actually more Lurkers that are on defensive positionings than there are actual offensive Lings, which is quite sad. But then again, I mean, what does Munkie... I mean, what does Dr. Shrinker do? Does he send off his entire force to kill off bases, or does he eventually have this base die? But with that amount of cannons, though, I mean, eventually, I think he might... I think what Dr. Shrinker is going to wait for these cannons to finish so no counter push can really kill him, and then from there, do pretty well. Oh, and Bakaru, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to not sound very one-sided. I understand that the supply leagues are very different. But there's just some thought in the back of my mind that Munkie may be able to take this. And also partially because I'm a Walk fan as well, so I don't like to see Walk players lose. But that's another thing. But, you know, I don't think he even cares if these Lurkers spread out. Even more Lurkers. It's like, well, I don't care. Oh, the obs is shut down. Does he have... Okay, good. He still has protection. Okay. So this might be the final match. This might be... I just don't know, man. And chat is completely disagreeing with me that they're saying that Munkie can't make a comeback. At this point, yes, I think it might be a little. I think it might be too far. But prior to this attack, I think there was a very small chance that Munkie could have come back. Oh, Munkie's a she? I didn't know that. But I guess I'll be a little bit more biased. I don't even know. See, look at that. Munkie has defended off this push. Awesome. I saw that message before it got deleted. Hater, hater, hater. I wish I could fix it, but I can't. I mean, we could see Dr. Shrinker do well. I mean, Munkie, I mean, if the Spire goes down, then I'm going to change my mind. If the Spire doesn't go down, then I'm still going to be going down for Munkie. The Spire might live, actually. Oh, yes. I am completely right. Look at that. Look at that. 4th base just going up. Wow, and I think he just started saturating. No, he's been out of the space for a while. Okay. See, Munkie can still make a comeback here as long as that Spire's still alive. I've seen Mutalisks win games, guys. So don't get me wrong here. I mean, I know this. I know this pretty well. Let's just hope for that this is gonna go well. GG by Munkie, though. Finally, the Spire didn't go down, though. Had 100 HP at the end of it. If a Spire goes down in ZVP, that's probably what... At 20 minutes in the game, that generally means they probably lose. But anyway, VOD users, thanks for watching. So game 1's going to go down to Dr. Shrinker.